Sport or WesSA. Yeah, joining us now are two people who needs no introduction. Big Tony from our breakfast show, and also Shubz Say So, our drive show host. Morning, fellas.
Hey, morning, WesSA. How you doing, mate, on a Saturday morning? It's sounding great, mate. I'm enjoying the catch-up so far this morning. You got George in there cracking the whip as well, and George sharing his vast sports experience.
Well experienced.
Atamari Legends, kia ora, Wes, and proud of you and your journey on radio, man. And shout out to George, one of the greatest sports announcers ever.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, they pay me well.
Yeah. I love how George meets all these famous people and he just acts like it's normal. And we're sitting there, I'm saying, oh.
Hey, WesSA.
Yes.
WesSA. I just like to say, I did love George's line, mate, that his brain is his sport. And that's a great line.
Talking about sport, how was the sport this week for you? I heard, Tony, your daughter was at the big game on Wednesday. How was that?
Oh, yes, WesSA. And that was Taz. And, of course, Taz is also, as well as being my youngest daughter, she's our Australian correspondent on Friday mornings on The Big Breakfast as well. But on Wednesday night, she and her partner went off to the State of Origin game. She's a Maroon supporter, but like her dad. And, of course, she was one of 91,671 people, an incredible crowd there. And I did say to her, actually, after the game, or the next morning when we were talking, I said, gee, that must have been the biggest crowd you've been in. She said, no, Dad, I was at the MCG and saw Taylor Swift and there were more people. But that's unfortunate. It was the biggest sport crowd she's been in. She said the environment was great. From the moment they arrived, the security was like going through an airport. Everyone liked it. Everybody felt safe. Everybody was well behaved. And everybody loved the game. And she said it didn't really matter which side you supported. The people of Australia, the people of Melbourne who were there, and there were loads of Kiwis, they just loved the experience of watching two of the greatest teams play off in a rugby league game. And it was a great game, and it was, I've got to say, WesSA, it was an outstanding result.
Actually, Tony, I was talking to people because they said, you know, George, are you going over, what are you doing in July? I said, I'm going over to Brisbane. And they said, are you going to the game? I said, what game?
Well, George, it's on July 8th at Suncorp Stadium, one of the greatest venues in the world.
Well, when my son, Zach, actually found out that I was going over, right, because I'm going for work during that week, and he goes, oh, Dad, are you going to the match? And I said, what match? Because he's a Maroon fan as well. He goes, oh, they've got the State of Origin. I says, what's that? And so anyway, he said, oh, should I get us some tickets? I says, oh, it's us now. But they're all sold out. All the tickets are sold out. I mean, you probably have to get a hawker on the outside to sell you a ticket, sitting on the toilet.
It's incredible. And look, we Kiwis are sport crazy, but in Australia, they can even go crazier. Like at the MCG we were just talking about, that holds close to 100,000 people. They can fill that with a club game of AFL. I mean, it's just amazing what happens. But we are digressing because the State of Origin game was a great game. It was the second of two in the three-game series. New South Wales won the first. We know that Queensland have now taken the game to a breakdown, and that'll be a playoff on July 8th, and it will be phenomenal. And I am predicting, WesSA, it'll be a Maroons victory.
Yeah, we haven't.
We're going to love that WesSA. I know WesSA's a big fan.
I'm a big Blues fan, man. I'm loyal to the Blues.
He's licking his wounds right now.
Yep.
But,
he's got a box of tissues beside him. He's got a box of tissues beside him.
Wait, let's just put it this way, fellas. We only won 3 times up there in the last 30 so years instead of Origin on a decider.
3 times in 30 years?
Yep, 3 times. And you know, but the last time wasn't too long ago in 2024, and we won a decider. So there's hope for us going up to Suncorp.
It takes them a long time to
there's always hope with there's 2 teams, and, you know, you got a little bit of hope, brother. But hopium doesn't go too well in this world anymore.
I think it's probably hard to have hope when the team you support has lose as the biggest part of its name.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, Tony. And I think another thing is, like, if Ashley Klein, you know, didn't pay $400,000, you know, for his horses, and maybe even Origin last time, sending Pong off, who knows, brother? They might be just lose. The series might be over already.
You know what, fellas? Right. You know what I liked about this series is just seeing the quality of the coaching, eh? You know. Just the quality coming out of the coaching.
Well, hang on.
You know, like
quality of coaching, 3 wins in 30 years.
Well, so George, there's 2. The coach for the Queensland team, and then there's the coach for the Blues team.
Okay.
And you can tell which coaches are really doing well, and the other coach who's in there because I don't know, his mates got him in there.
Passion.
So
No. I think you missed the point. George's third time talking about sports in 30 years.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Wes, I think also, mate, that when it comes to the coaches, Laurie Daly as the Blues coach, he's at the end, he's in the sunset of his career, where Billy Slater is still at the dawn of his, and that's the difference, I think. Billy's brought new energies, new ideas, he's more up to date with the players. Laurie Daly he's a bit like a lot of people who move into that era. They live a little bit in the past, and he needs to be on the case now. And sadly for Laurie Daly, he was a great player, but he's not a great coach.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that being a great player doesn't make you a great coach.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Sometimes the greatest coaches weren't the best players. I mean, there's always that funny meme that they put out of Bellamy, and with his popped shoulder, but even though he might not have been the best centre there ever was, he's definitely one of the greatest coaches that has ever walked this earth, not just in rugby league, but in sports in general. And much love to Craig Bellamy. But speaking of Laurie Daly, the thing is not even just the age. Laurie Daly hasn't really coached at the upper echelon since he was Blues coach. Yeah, he's had these little, stints with the Indigenous all stuff, but that's just a little one-off game, bit of an exhibition. So I think it was pretty crazy that they even employed him, to be honest.
I agree with you.
Better resume.
Shubz, we just got to pay the bills, fellas. Yeah, so we're just going to have a break. You're on Saturday Morning Sports with WesSA, sponsored by Speedy Signs Kingsland.
Want to talk sport? Call now, Saturday Morning Sport with WesSA on 0508 Aotearoa. That's 0508 268 32762.
Radio Aotearoa, keeping it Kiwi.
Oh, kia ora. This is Billy T. And a friend of mine used to sell roller blinds, but then the company got wound up.
Keeping it Kiwi.
Radio Aotearoa.
Lauren just stepped on the kid's Lego for the third time today.
Stuff it, Chad. We are moving.
Time to store their stuff while they look for a bigger place.
Can you hear the kids?
No, that's a good thing, right?
Search Storage King today.
Attention all business owners and entrepreneurs. Do you want to ensure your business stands out in a crowded marketplace? Look no further than Speedy Signs. At Speedy Signs, we're dedicated to providing high-quality signage solutions that help you grab attention, build your brand, and connect with your customers. We offer a wide range of custom signs, from banners and decals to vehicle wraps and window graphics. At Speedy Signs, we're committed to delivering results that exceed your expectations. We use only the best materials and technologies to ensure that your signs are durable and effective, even in the changing conditions. So, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, contact Speedy Signs today. With your custom signage solutions, you'll stand out in a crowded marketplace and build your brand with confidence. Let us help you grow your business and achieve your goals. Contact Speedy Signs today, 09 377 9205.
The Law Courts Hotel stands accused of possessing and distributing more pork than you can pork a stick at the Chambers restaurant. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honour.
Let the record state that punters are being served 2 400-gram pork chops, perfectly sous vide for maximum juiciness.
And we'll throw in salad and bottomless fries.
Order!
Enter your plea today at the Law Courts Hotel, the Chambers Restaurant and Jury Room Bar, Dunedin's oldest public house since 1893.
Did you want to order now, Your Honour?
Get back in the game with Sports Injury Clinic Physio. Our expert physiotherapists specialise in sports-related injuries and will have you on the road to recovery. Book your appointment today. 0800 367 942.
Looking for the ultimate way to keep the kids entertained these school holidays? Head to Megazone Ponsonby, where the action never stops. Dive into epic laser tag battles, or try Jelly Ball. All the thrills of paintball, but family-friendly and perfect for ages 7 and up. Party rooms to hire and fully licensed for the grown-ups. It's the ultimate day out for the whole family. Book your mission today at Megazone. Megazone Ponsonby, where school holiday legends are made.
Love the music. Love Radio Aotearoa.
You're with Saturday Morning Sport with WesSA here on Radio Aotearoa.
Great to have your company this Saturday morning. Let's get back to the action with Big Tony and Shubz. Kids sports. What do you think, fellas?
And that's where sports comes from, isn't it?
Yes.
Kids sport, mate. That's how most of us become engaged with sport. I mean, I was encouraged as a little guy, and most of us were, get involved, and most of us played a bit of rugby. through our school years, and that was great, mate. And it was always good, parents and families and other people there to support. On Saturday mornings, the communities would come together. But it's changed over the years, though. I mean, the kids still love their sport, but it's on the sidelines things have changed, mate. The people, the supporters, the mums and dads, they're getting a bit louder on the sidelines. They're getting a bit more aggressive, running onto the fields, abusing refs, abusing children, sometimes physically abusing children too. And it's just not good enough, mate. It's all lacking respect. We need to respect the game. We need to support and respect the children most of all. And whoever's running the games, they need to clamp down. And remember that it's a game and children are playing and learning, and we need to support the joy of that. And I think maybe some adults take it a bit too seriously sometimes and think we're at a grown-ups game, and they're not. We've got to support the kids and give them support and love and cheer them on the way through.
Well, actually, Tony, I mean, some of these mums are so passionate when it comes to sport that they get on there and they just about rip the blinking whistle out of the ref's mouth and sort of start blowing it on the sidelines. I must actually say, when I was a kid, my father, obviously, he was a good rugby player, right? He was he played for Pārua in Whakatane, and he was the most dirtiest player. This is what people have told me. The most dirtiest player. The most dirtiest player in Pārua at the time. But it's sort of rubbed off on his sons, except for me. So I looked the part, but I didn't play the part.
And shout out to Pārua too. Anybody that knows Pārua would know that's the home of the great Benji Marshall too.
Oh, is it?
Nice. Absolutely. And we understand that passion, and the passion's wonderful, but we've got to control it and manage it better, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it does get ugly when you sort of get parents trying to ruin a game for kids that just want to play.
And it prevents, it discourages other children and families getting involved. It goes the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. There's this current story that's in the public at the moment. It's related to the Papakura Rugby League Sea Eagles and the parents there. And the clubs have been trying to contain this, and they've got signs out on Saturday morning saying, please, respect the ref, and you're not at a professional game, and don't abuse the ref. So clubs are definitely trying to contain that. So.
Nice call. And of course, it's not just the rugby and the rugby league. It also happens at the netball courts as well. Similar activity. Hey, on the subject of netball, the ANZ Premiership's future is sort of hanging in the balance at the moment. And Netball New Zealand is not really playing the game the right way. They're leaving some of their players wondering about their futures, and now some of them are looking at going overseas. Netball New Zealand need to show some leadership and pull their fingers out quickly and give their players, their great players, better support and better certainty about their futures, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's a really unfortunate situation. Like, we had someone lined up to talk about netball, but she's currently playing for the Tactics, so they're preparing for their big game. And but yeah, it's a worry when you don't know what your future looks like, and only a small few are going to get a contract somewhere, So.
Oh, absolutely, mate. And we've got to remember, netball is just as important as rugby and rugby league. Netball's up there as well. It's one of our big games, one of our great games, and for the leadership not to be at the same level as the players are is actually quite disappointing.
Yeah, no, thanks, Tony. What do you think, Shubz, netball?
Oh, yeah, I love me some netball, One of the great games. Played a little bit of mixed netball here and there with the whānau. And what I will say, despite, a lot of the boys out there say, bloody girls game. Bruh, try play netball, but it's pretty hard on the knees, especially if you're a big fella.
Absolutely, mate. Were you a centre or were you a goal attack?
Oh, of course, cuz, you can't be ADHD and not be a centre, brother, and I just want to say, brother, just rewind a little bit. When we entered back after we paid the bills, like Christopher Luxon says, you said big Tony and Shubz, and I've seen you, WesSA, in person, and you're quite the human stature-wise, so big Tony must be really big.
Bigger than big.
I just want to talk about the showcase. If you saw it, America had their Patriotic Day on Monday, Sunday over there, and they had the UFC 250 there, and I watched a bit of it.
For America, brother.
For America.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, and whether you agree with the politics of America or Donald Trump or not, put all that aside and just say America know how to put on a show. You've got people hitting the pads, training, warming up for